Good morning. Today we are doing some yoga and mobility moves right from your chair. It's going to be seated the entire time. You want to make sure that your chair is not going to move or roll on wheels like it might in an office chair. You also want to make sure it doesn't have any arms because you're going to be moving yours around. So go find that perfect chair and let's get started. So the first thing you want to do when you come into chair yoga is wiggle yourself to the edge of the chair. You want to get your feet flat on the floor and sitting up nice and tall. Try not to lean back against the chair because you won't be able to move very well. I've got just 2 rules for doing chair yoga. The first one is only do what feels good. Listen to your body, and if something doesn't feel quite right, don't do it. That leads right into the second one, which is do whatever it is you can and just let the rest go. So wiggle yourself forward to the front of your chair, place your feet flat, sit up nice and tall, and we are going to take a really nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel free to make a sigh sound. It feels really good. Let's do that again. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Okay, with your hands placed on your lap, we're going to start with some shoulders up, down. So you're going to take those shoulders up towards your ears, as high as they would like to go, and then you're going to press them back down. Let's take a look. Move this hair out of the way. Shoulders are going to move up towards your ears and back down. Now you don't have to go at my pace, okay? Just move in any way that feels good. You can take your time. You could even move a little bit faster than me. That's fine too. I like to take it nice and slow in the beginning because sometimes what happens is one shoulder goes up and the other one is kind of dragging behind. So I give it time to catch up. Every time you come up, you're welcome to take a deep breath in. That feels good usually. And then a nice exhale when you press those shoulders all the way down. Let's do one more of those. Shoulders up towards your ears and shoulders back down. Here comes another nice deep breath as we wash that exercise away and move into some umbrellas here. I'm going to take my arms out to the sides like an umbrella opening. And how far you can go is up to you. Maybe you just start with the letter T and then come on back down. I'm reaching my arms straight out to the sides as best I can tell. And again, I'm taking my time because I want to see that both righty and lefty are coming up. And your umbrella might go higher than just a letter T, right? Some umbrellas go all the way up, usually when the wind blows. It's up to you. Again, don't worry about how high you're going. Don't worry about your speed. I want this to feel good for you. So you just go at your pace and do what feels good. Every once in a while, you can take a nice deep breath. My feet are still flat on the floor, and I'm sitting up nice and tall on the edge of my seat. You might find that one arm goes up higher than the other. That's very common, and it is okay. It's totally fine. Does it feel good? Then keep going. Just do whatever it is you can, and we're going to let the rest go. There's your umbrellas. Oh, that feels good. Okay, next we're going into dives. I'm going to turn sideways. You stay just how you are. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what dive into the pool looks like. I'm going to lift my arms straight in front of my body. My palms are turning down, and then I'm going to start to reach forward as I glide those arms forward. My feet are still flat on the floor, and I start to look down towards the floor, and then I'm going to lift back up nice and tall, just like I took a dive into the pool. And I place my hands back down on my lap. Let's do that again. Lift your arms as high as they would like to go, but no higher really than shoulder height. That's good enough. And I'm going to reach forward. And what's happening here is I am pressing my feet down into the floor as I look at them. And I'm contracting my waistline a little bit. So I'm toning my abdominal muscles as I get a nice stretch into the back. You sit up nice and tall again. Let's do one more dive into the pool. Oh, my body just asked for a deep breath in. Did yours? Go ahead and take it. Exhale as you dive forward again. You might be going farther than me or not quite as far, and it doesn't matter. I just want you to feel good as you do this. You're gonna sit up nice and tall again and bring your hands back down. Good, I'm gonna turn back towards you again. Let's try something else here. I've got both hands on my lap. I'm gonna take one arm up in front of me, and then I'm gonna reach across. The windows are over here in my room, so I'm gonna reach across towards the windows, turning my head and turning my chest, and then I'm gonna return back to center. We're doing a little reach across here, twisting through your spine. Other arm goes up. I've got a closet on this side, so I'm gonna reach across towards the closet and rotate, turning my head, turning my chest, and then I return back to the center. Let's go to the other side. Don't worry how far out your arm is. We're working on turning your torso. I'm looking out at the window. Might be a little bit hard to breathe in this one, which is normal. So don't worry about it too much. I'm gonna switch. And again, you're going at exactly your pace, okay? So you can go slower than me. You can go a little bit faster than me, and as long as it feels good for you, I am happy. Every once in a while, sometimes in the center, I'll take a deep breath, because it feels good. Kind of like I'm clearing the path so I can start again and reach over towards the closet. I'm gonna do one more like that. We are twisting through the spine. Last time over to the second side, wherever you're reaching. I'm still lifting up nice and tall. My feet are flat on the floor. My legs aren't really moving. We're gonna come back to center. We're gonna dive into the pool again. I'm just gonna turn sideways so you can see it. Arms come up. I press my feet into the floor and I reach forward as far as I can that it feels like a good stretch in my back. Probably feeling that in your arms, your shoulders, maybe even your legs, maybe your entire body. It's all good. Come on back up. Place your hands back on your lap. Let's do one more in this little series. We're gonna do a letter T, and we're just gonna hold it. So arms are out to the sides. You might kind of look and check to see where your arms are. My palms are facing the floor. Sometimes one arm is way down here and we don't notice it. Maybe your arms don't make it up to a letter T completely. That's totally fine. They might be a little bit down here. They might be a little lopsided. It doesn't matter. You do whatever you can. And I want you to turn your palms towards me. I am sitting up as tall as I can. My feet are on the floor. I'm lifting my head. We're just spreading your chest open while we hold these arms, and they get stronger. Just by holding your arms, they're getting stronger. We're going to release and bring your hands back down to your lap and take another deep breath. I've turned myself sideways for our next few exercises just so you can see better. You just stay where you are. You're still on the edge of your seat. You're lifting up nice and tall. I'm gonna place my hands on my lap and we're gonna do some toe tapping here. So I'm gonna reach one leg forward and tap the floor and then return back to start. And then I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna take the other leg forward and tap the floor and come back to start. Now you go at your pace again, reaching one leg out, returning back to center, and then the other. So you might be going slower, you might be going faster than me. Here's another thing, it does not matter if you end up touching with your heel or if you touch with your toe. Just do whatever's comfortable. We're just alternating. And really it's important to be sitting on the edge of your chair here because this can be really hard if you're not. It becomes a little bit too challenging. Every time you move those legs out, we're actually using our core strength a little bit just to stay up nice and tall. Your shoulders are relaxing. Take a deep breath every once in a while. And sometimes I get a little knee pop here. That's okay. It's a good kind of thing, just releasing a little bit of air in my knee. So you might get one of those. We're gonna do a couple more and then we're gonna change it. So finishing those up, let's come back to the center, both feet on the floor. Let's dive into the pool. That'll be a nice release after here. Arms are up. I'm gonna reach forward. I'm looking down towards the ground, pressing my feet down into the floor. And then I'm gonna lift all the way back up. And now I'm gonna stick one leg out, and I'm on my heel here. I've got my heel on the floor. My knee is not completely straight. I need a little bit of space there in the knee so that I can start to point and then flex. So it's like you're putting on the gas pedal here. I'm reaching my foot down towards the floor, and then I'm flexing to bring my toes up. Reaching, you might not get your foot flat, doesn't matter. You're sitting up nice and tall, and you're moving your ankle just with any range of motion that you have today. Whatever's going on with you is totally fine. We're just trying to improve some mobility here in your ankle and in your knee. And you know what? That's going to translate all the way up into your hip as well. Last one on this side, I'm going to place that foot back, and then I'm going to switch. So I've got the other leg out. It's not super straight. And I'm just going to reach forward like I'm reaching for the gas pedal, getting my foot towards the floor. And again, don't worry if your toes don't actually make it. I am just moving that ankle around, getting some fluid, some blood flow into my ankle. Deep breath feels good. Again, every once in a while. Last couple of movements here on this side. And then I'm going to return. One more thing from this position. Let's pause for a second and just clear the path with a nice deep breath in. Relax your shoulders as you exhale. Now, I'm going to do a little march. You might want to hold on to the sides of the chair to help yourself stay up nice and tall. And what I'm going to do is lift one knee and place my foot back down. Other knee comes up, just like you're walking, but you're in your chair. Now this might be kind of tricky, so just do whatever it is you can. You're doing some really good core work right now, getting your center nice and strong. Again, if your knee doesn't lift as high as mine, doesn't matter. Just do whatever you can. You might even just be lifting a heel off the floor. Maybe just your heel lifts up. That's okay too. Do what you can. I'm trying not to push so hard with my hands. So instead of using my arms to do this motion, this little march, I'm using my core, I'm using my quads, I'm using this family of muscles in your hips. And if you really want to test yourself that you're doing the march without using your hands too much, you can just hold your hands in front of your chest. And if not, if that doesn't work and you need a little support, it's okay. Totally fine. Do whatever it is you can. We're almost done this march. Bring your feet back down. One more nice deep breath in. And let it go. We've got one more thing to do from here. I'm going to keep showing you sideways because I think that's going to help. Do you have a side to the back of your chair? Can you grab onto it with your hands? This might be a little bit tricky. And if you cannot reach back and grab the sides of the chair, on the back side, maybe you can grab the seat. Okay, I've got fingers or hands on the seat. And I am going to try to squeeze my shoulder blades together as if I've got an orange between them and I'm trying to make some juice. My chest is spreading open. Hold wherever it is you can. We are spreading out the front of your chest, which is so important because often we get stuck hunching forward a little bit. So we are counteracting that common movement that we all do. Take a nice deep breath right here. This is called camel pose, spreading open your chest. Let your breath go and then release your hands. One more dive into the pool. Arms reach forward. I'm going to reach forward. You know what? If having your arms out is too much, you can always put your hands on your knees. Reach your chest forward. Make your back nice and long. And then all together, we're going to come on back up. Great. I hope you enjoyed that morning mobility routine. Really, you can do this any time of the day. And if you enjoyed it, I hope I will see you again tomorrow.